Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jessy, Martin.
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taylor.
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Max Taylor.
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
Spanning the eras of Washington football. Honoring the past. Commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taylor.
Hey, that's me. That's John Taman. I'm the world's worst podcast host. And, you know, the first thing I can tell you right off the bat is that I've already gotten lost in the tabs that are up at the top of my screen, and I think I got back to the right thing, so I'm talking to the right people at the right time on the right fucking screen and not watching myself talk to myself on some other fucking screen. This is why I'm not a very good podcast host. But today, we're scaling things back. Scott is not here. We knew he wasn't going to be here. Max is not here. We're not sure where he is right now. We're assuming he's stuck in traffic somewhere with a dead phone, I guess. But it's just Jessy and I. So what we thought we would do is we would take this back to the beginning of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, and it would be Jessy Martin, and we're not going to say any names, but we'll just say it rhymes with Schmeef.
Rhymes with queef.
It rhymes with queef. That's right. Dude, you used my loofah.
Oh, my God.
I used your loofah, dude. All right. So anyway, so it's just me. By the way, that's my good friend over there from southeastern Virginia. I got to find the music. Jesus Christ. I'm always all the fucking Jesus Christ. Where is Jesse's music? We'll got to come to it real quick. Yeah, go to a commercial.
Man, old man.
I don't know.
Cut it.
Everything moves around. Everything moves around. All right, well, I'm here. I can't find the music for Jessy to come in. So, welcome to the show, sir. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Man.
Holy crap! Yeah, have a seat on the couch.
Thank goodness I'm glad it's Friday. I'm glad we have football coming. I didn't watch anything. Did you watch any of the game last night?
Yeah, I watched the whole damn game. I had a parlay going last night that was one Marvin Harrison Jr. catch away from hitting. I hate that, dude. And he caught this pass. I had all kinds of shit that was right, and I had Marvin Harrison Jr. for under 50.5 yards, and in with a minute 8 to go, he catches a pass that puts him over by 2 yards. I was like, you motherfucker. And I mean, I don't gamble much. It's not like I'm telling you that I'm going to win $2,000, $4,000. I don't know, but it would have been nice staying up to watch that game.
Yeah, man. It seems like lately, I haven't been I haven't dived deep in it like I normally do on a year-to-year basis. It's just a lot of things are going on right now, but
yeah,
I'm not doing as well as I normally do, but I think it's going to turn around. I feel it in my bones. But I've had a lot of those. One thing had to happen, and it would have been huge.
I know what you mean. Last week, go ahead. I'm sorry. Say what you were going to say, because I bet we're going to talk about the same damn thing. Because I picked up one of your bets last week, and the Carson Wentz 175 all passing yards. He got 173.
Yeah. One thing had to happen. It seems like every fucking week. I put it. I do this every week, and it's a crap shot. Crap shoot. Whether it wins, you don't put a whole lot down. But if you do win it, it's a nice little chunk of change. And I hit them from time to time. I just haven't hit one this year yet. One like that this year.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I bet scared, and I am not ashamed to admit it. I'm not one of your fucking super hot gamblers and shit. I guarantee you, if I tuned in one of those gambling podcasts, I'd spend half the time in the glossary. What the fuck was that? What is he talking about? I don't know what the hell that term means, but I like to put together a few parlays. I put a little bit of money in my FanDuel account. I'm not going to say how much for anybody that's out there, but I put a little bit of money in my FanDuel account. And if I don't win a single bet, it will take me through week 10. All right. And that's the cheapest fucking 10 weeks of goddamn entertainment you can buy, as far as
I have a limit. I do, and
Max.
I stick to my limit. You know, I stick to it, and it's not a big limit at all. And most of the time, I only have to like put in like once a year, you know, and that usually lasts me because I win triple, quadruple back. But just haven't had
Well,
it.
you like tiny parlays. You like we'll get to that because you got a parlay this week. It's like, oh my god, so much has to happen for you to win like this much.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
hold on. We got somebody coming in the studio here. We'll get right back to
that.
We got
Doctor's pay.
It's Max.
I remember Max's.
Hey, now I've been looking for Scott. Sorry.
You're looking for Scott. Scott is not coming tonight. Scott is off riding around with the king, inspecting the village of Barrow.
Well,
from what I understand, in Barrow and Furness. Yeah.
Well, I heard that Scott was missing, so I've been climbing through the woods trying to find him. Sorry, everybody.
Not that kind of missing. Anyway, Scott, by the way, I wish I had it with me, but he sent us a nice picture of himself in a fucking reflective vest and a hard hat. Yeah, I wish I had that with me because that's probably what he's sitting in right now. They said, Your Majesty, why don't you ride around with this fucking dickhead? And if anybody takes a shot at you, they won't miss him. No, because you know what? That would be Scouse's duty. All right, that was a cheap
I'd like to thank Leonard. Thanks for being with us, Andy, James, Peter, and yeah, Leonard, I'm with you. I put a little bit in, and
that's the way to
just
do
kind of live off that for the year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. All right, so Jesse, I'm going to assign you until the second half of the show. Then it'll be me to watch this thing over here because Scott usually talks with our people over here in the chat. But I do like to put things up. Look, I watch other people's podcasts, and hey, Steve Lim, you're great. Hey, Whoa, you're great. Hey, Deuce, you guys are great. And they're constantly bringing people up on the screen to talk about what they're talking about. And we do it occasionally, but we never read what they wrote. We just start talking about it. And I'm sure if you're listening on the audio podcast, you're like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? So Leonard Glasgow, I put $25 in the beginning of the year, and when it's gone, it's gone. Hey, man, you know what? I tell you what, I completely agree with that. You don't know how many times, well, it's not that many. Let's put it that way. You go to, like, you just go fuck around at the racetrack. I've probably done this a dozen times. You take $50, you put on like 5 or 10 races, 5 or 6 races or whatever. And if you win, hey. If you don't, whatever.
Yeah. And that's what just people like, they get themselves into trouble when it comes to this stuff, and just they get that one win, and then they just lose and lose. And like, all right, I need to put more. Limit yourself.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you what.
Professional gamblers here,
right? Listen, if you want an addiction that ends, try heroin. All right, or well, I mean, look, listen, you can drag down everybody with one of your addictions. I don't care if it's alcoholism or heroin addiction or gambling. You drag down everybody around you. But with heroin, you'll die fast enough that everybody else can get on with their lives. Gambling never fucking ends. So if you got a problem with it, call whatever number that they put on in front of all these zillions of gambling ads in between advertisements telling me how to make sure that my cancer's, not spreading. My God, all the fuck. There was an ad last night on Thursday Night Football for fucking schizophrenics. Did you see that? Did you watch the game last night?
I didn't watch the game.
No. There's an ad. Are you? Because like every single time. Now I'm asking if people in Europe saw this stuff. John should work for the Samaritans. That's right. You're right. You're goddamn right. I don't understand the joke completely, but you're right. I'll take it. Listen, last night I'm watching the game, and every other commercial break, not every commercial break is a commercial break for some fucking really centralized disease and they got this medicine, and that it spends 45 seconds of this 1-minute commercial telling you all the stuff that can go bad with you if you take this medicine. And they had one on the goddamn game last night for schizophrenia. I mean, Jesus Christ. I hear voices in my head, except I take voice offeron or whatever the fuck on. I'm like, oh my God, this shit's got to stop. And that's just the end of that. I don't know. The Samaritan's only a UK thing. Now, I see in the United States every once in a while when I'm driving outside of the small little shell that I like to stay in, there will be signs for campgrounds that are sponsored by the Samaritans. Now, I know what good Samaritans are, and I am a good Samaritan. Just today, in fact, I helped some guy drag a whole bunch of saccharin into a goddamn Lowe's parking lot. He was struggling, so I helped him grab the cart. But I don't know exactly what you're on about there, James. And the bunker, that's Andy, brought up golf. Thank you, sir. That's our golf update for the year. No, I'm serious. I am in the minority here. Jesse's a golfer. Max is a golfer. Andy's a European. You people are all golfers. So I guess the Ryder Cup, what's going on with that?
Well, today was the first day, and the U.S. is losing. So,
well, fuck that shit. Look, man, we're bringing Hornets over. Here it is. Oh, I can't.
It's all right. It's only day one.
I couldn't. Fuck, honestly. We're sending football games over there into Ireland tomorrow, Sunday. That's good enough. All right, so let's see. I don't know what the Samaritans are. All right, so I'm still wondering what the Samaritans are. All right. So, Max, why are you late today?
Well, I told you I was looking for Scott.
You were looking for Scott. Now, that's a bullshit excuse. I mean, we all know that you are nowhere near Scott because there's a big, gigantic thing called the Atlantic Ocean.
All right, if you want the real reason, I fell asleep and didn't set an alarm. So I did the classic thing of, hey, I'm going to fall asleep at 2:30 and I'm going to be awake by 5:30, and I was not. So.
Gee, okay. Let me see, James. We should get the Samaritans are like 988 suicide crisis lifeline. Well, damn, dude. I mean, I guess that would be my response.
I don't picture John being good at that. At all.
I'm a nice guy. I really am. But that's probably my response to half of them. Well, damn, dude. What the fuck? I have a story, but I won't tell it to you because that's just not the kind of thing that we're going to talk about here today. You know what? If I ever fell into the job of having to do that, yeah, I probably would be pretty good at it because I'm a compassionate fella. But I never did take that job because I knew I would be like, holy fuck. Jesus Christ, would you get a grip, lady? Or Jesus Christ, buddy, what's the fucking matter with you? All right, just announced, says Andy, college football coming to the UK. That's cool. Who's coming in this time?
Well, they had Kansas State, Iowa State week 1 in Ireland, or week 0 in Ireland, and I know I just said Ireland's in the UK, and Andy's already typing a declaration of war against me. So
okay.
So yeah, they're coming to London. I think was it Indiana. I saw it earlier. I just skimmed past.
Indiana over there.
Goodness. What is it?
For the United States of America, I apologize.
I think next year, Michigan and Western Michigan are playing in Europe. Those are schools that are 30 miles apart, and they're sending them to Europe to play.
That's probably one of Michigan's punishments for fucking Jim Harbaugh being such an asshole. You know what, James? I'll tell you what. I see what you got right there. And after all of that nonsense, bringing the whole show down about suicide crisis hotlines, you have to come up with something funny before the end of the show, sir. That is your homework.
Dad, they're going to Germany.
I know.
They're sending Michigan to Germany.
Well, listen, the NCAA, you know as well as anybody else, Max, I have always said the rules that they keep are archaic. They're out of date. They're ridiculous. Right now that they've got NIL money, things are changing. But some of the things that they've done in the past are absolutely ludicrous. And I would believe that this bullshit with Jim Harbaugh sending scouts into other stadiums to peek at them, right? They pulled up some rule from 1914 that said, okay, you have to go to Germany if you get caught doing this. So you got to go deal with the Kaiser if you get caught doing this. All right, let's see. Max sleep with one eye open. I don't know. He's having
some thoughts.
All right. Okay. So where is Scott? Do we know where Scott is?
Well, remember on Tuesday when our good friend Cameron in the chat said he'd be at Scott's house? Maybe Scott had an unexpected visitor.
That's right. Scott's like, throw some goddamn freaking covers over things. Jesus Christ. Hide the dildos. That's what I probably think is going on right now.
So, Dad, because Sidorn just brought this up, I have a trivia question for you. Can you pull that up?
All right, let's see. Pete Sidorn says, Pete Sidorn from Brizzle says, I wonder if if they send Penn State over to choke another big game in another country.
So,
Man, don't be
so,
freaking cursing us on the weekend we're playing Oregon.
Well, I'm about to do it. So what, Dad, do you want the Big Ten or do you want the overall?
You just give me whatever you're going to give me to hurt.
All right. What is James Franklin's record against Big Ten top 10 teams?
First off, tell me this. Tell me how many total games it is. Because
18.
18. I'm going to say he is 4-14.
You would have 3 wins too many.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I knew it was bad. Franklin, look, man, you got to get it done, brother. You got to get it done.
The only win was 9 years ago.
Tell you what, Pete, if I had my way, I'd send Penn State over to Bristol to play fucking Akron so that we can go over there and show you
Kansas and Arizona State.
They're sending Arizona State to London. Jesus Christ. Game's going to kick off at 3 a.m. for them.
No
Jeez.
kidding. Tell you what, you got to take a week and go for something like that. All right. So actually, you know what? There is a nice slate of football this weekend.
Oh my God. Tomorrow is just the ranked matchups tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tomorrow night at the same time, Penn State, Oregon, and Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah.
At the same time. That's
like 6:30.
7:30.
7:30.
Let's see here. We got USC and Illinois at 12 noon. Notre Dame, Arkansas at 12 noon. Ohio State and Washington. Ohio State's on upset watch. I'm saying it now. You got LSU and Ole Miss. Now, Dad, I know you're not the social media person. Do you know the drama behind this game?
LSU and Ole Miss? I mean, other than the fact that it's been a rival forever.
Do you know the new drama that came out on Monday?
No.
Jesse, do you know it?
No.
Lane Kiffin is the coach of Ole Miss.
Oh, well.
Well, LSU has a linebacker named Whit Weeks who is on the Nagurski watch list. He's the best linebacker in the country. He is dating Lane Kiffin's daughter.
Ooh.
Whit
Weeks. My goodness. I'll tell you what, I guarantee you there's a fucking nasty-ass bet going on right now in his place. Him and his girlfriend have one fucking bet that is just absolutely – I bet it's fun. I'll bet it's fun. No matter who wins, I'll bet it's fun. All right, Max.
Dad.
Rather than text you this real quick, just go ahead and turn your mic down just a touch. You're overmodulating just a bit.
Oh, boy. All right.
There you go. And I tell you what, I this morning when I was sitting there having my morning constitutional and reading my novel, I noticed on the word of the day toilet paper the word overmodulated. And I figured I better use it now because I might not have another chance. All right, so we do have a football game this weekend. We talked about some college football. We've talked about all kinds of other crap, and I know a lot of people have been hanging around wondering what the fuck we're doing. So I'm going to just say,
Scott's not here.
Yeah, Scott's not here to go, peace, Porsche, whatever. All right. We're not going to talk about Detroit and Cleveland in baseball, in Major League Baseball, so that's that. All right, so we're going to go real quick. I got to bring this up faster than anything because it's the only thing that can fit. Injuries. Before anything else be talked about, we have to discuss injuries. So, first fast thoughts. Let's do that. First fast thoughts. Which way do you guys want to say it? Try it 3 times fast. First fast thoughts. Jesse, on injuries. First fast thoughts.
We're fucked. Max.
The bug caught us.
I don't feel so bad. All right, thank you, Mr. Bongo player. That was not bad. That was pretty quick, first fast thoughts. All right, Jesse, expound on your thought.
Yeah, I mean, when you got your top 2 receivers, your top quarterback coming into town, your top blocking tight end, you're going into Atlanta that is itching to wipe the embarrassment off of their face. It doesn't, it's not looking good, to be honest with you. I think Vegas, the line proves that. I think Vegas thought that Jaden was going to play, and the line, I think, just moved to Atlanta being the favorites now.
They did. In fact, well, we'll get to that because I've got them going both ways on 2 separate bets. Max, go ahead and expound on yours. Before you go any further on that, Jesse, remind me what you just said, because I had another thought that was going along with some of that right there. Isn't this wonderful? Isn't this how it goes? In terms of Atlanta and our injuries, I'm not terribly concerned, but we'll get to that. I'll remember what I was going to say to you. Go ahead, Max.
Oh, we had such a lucky year with the injury bug last year, and
we did.
Now it's catching us. This is what normal teams go through.
I don't know.
You got 5, top starters. You got 2 of your top 5 best players on the team out, in Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. Yes, their top cornerback is out, but then you have your wide receiver 2 essentially is out too, so that kind of washes that away.
Look,
I went all off season saying Debo's the new receiver 1.
They don't use him like that though.
Also you got to factor in whether or not he's just had a 60-yard return on a kickoff and he has to sit down for 6 or 7 plays.
We don't have anybody to stretch the field.
We don't know whether we do or not. We think we don't, because Terry's going to be out, and that's damaging. But Jalen Lane has got some speed. The kid can play. Where it's about find out. Let's go. Let's see what these youngsters can do. And it's not like it used to be. All right. I'm not sitting here looking at somebody like fucking Malcolm Kelly going, oh man, this dude's going to roll. Jalen Lane last week is the Pepsi Rookie of the Year of the week, and I got to remind everybody that yes, that's a fan vote, which is
fan vote, and you know how our fans are when it comes to this reward. I think any time that a Washington player is up for this award, no matter what, they're going to win it.
Oh, dude, Deuce goes to the fucking Pepsi plant. Deuce goes and puts fucking ballots on Pepsi bottles in local stores. I'm all for it.
For those that don't know what John is talking about, go to Red Zone in the Lab. Red Zone in the Lab. Our buddy Deuce, he does some funny bits when it comes to this type of stuff. You'll enjoy it. It's worth your while.
All right. Well, you know what? Quick ad for our friend, because it's not even about funny bits. His funny bits are the best part in that area. But man, that dude runs so many different podcasts and things. Yeah. There's always a good discussion going on, and you'll learn things and see things from different perspectives. I tell you what, I was at the game talking with Trell, and I was talking with what the hell is his name? I'm sorry, bud. About AJ Brown being a trade candidate, and man, Trell was making a lot of sense. It was making a lot of sense, but that's what it all brings, and it comes about right there. So, in my opinion, I don't know where the fuck I am right now, so I'm going to go look at the outline. I know it's nothing.
We're still injuries.
We're injuries, right?
The injury
report. Yeah, Max, go ahead.
So,
please, thank you.
Jaden, Terry, Noah Brown, and John Bates are all out. Percy Butler and Bill are questionable. Percy Butler has not practiced all week with a hip, and Bill was a DNP, and a full practice today with his knee injury.
On Butler, I just want to just real quick hit on Butler real quick. I think Dan Quinn came out today and said that it looks good for playing.
I think it looks good for him and Bill. I think Bill was just precautionary, let him rest, and he probably took a shot on the knee. It was sore. Yeah, let him rest.
Amos and Yankoff, they were both full. Amos has a calf and Yankoff has an ankle.
Doesn't sound like a comedy duo from 1950.
Amos and Yankoff.
Amos and Yankoff coming up next.
They do not have a designation. Meanwhile, on the Falcons side, the only players they have on theirs that have any designation are all 3 out. That is running back Nate Carter, cornerback AJ Terrell, and wide receiver Kaderl Hodge. By the way, AJ Terrell has the hammy. He's got a hammy injury of September. Yeesh. That's ugly.
James, I just don't see us, unless it's a late round pick for a kind of a Joe Schmo. I just don't see us trading for a receiver or giving up any
we don't
decent capital. We don't
have much draft capital left for next year as it is, and I would see them more bringing guys up off of the practice squad. And honestly, if we get to that point, let's see what Corey Brooks can do.
I did mention that. I'm glad you brought that up, James. I kind of forgot about it. I did mention that. It's
read what he said.
There's
people that are listening at home.
James put out. I was in the chat on Scouts and on the 1 Point Safety show yesterday, and they were talking about maybe possibly trading for a receiver. And I just threw out the name Ayuk. If there was a receiver to be traded, like with that, if San Francisco was even willing to, to deal him, I think we might be able to get him for something halfway decent. Maybe a later round because of the contract he holds and that he's still injured.
Yeah, but you got to see him play.
He's not even close to coming back, man. We're trading for a guy.
I think he's a couple weeks away.
That's what they said, but no, that's not what I'm reading, and that's not what I'm hearing on various different programs that I'd listen to. So
like week eight.
Yeah, I'm not trading for something
4
like
weeks
that.
away.
Yeah, this team needs something. If we're gonna trade anything, it needs help now. That's the only reason I can see to actually give up any assets that we're holding, because we don't have very many. I would much rather see us dip into the practice squad. Ja'Cory Brooks. Look, if we get to that point, why not see what the kid can do? Right? Why not? We've heard all kinds of stuff about him.
We don't have no choice. It's going to be active.
Right. But I get that they're raw, but I would rather bring our own along than make some kind of a trade, unless. All right, when's the trade deadline?
Week
Max?
8.
Week 8, which is
November.
October.
It's the beginning of November.
All right, so look, if it looks like we're on a possible Super Bowl run at that point, maybe I might think about it. If we still are having problems with Terry, if he's still not back yet full. But honestly, I'd rather see what we have in-house and work the waiver wire rather than trade.
Well, I'll be honest.
If you tell me I can get Devontae Adams, if you tell me I can get, I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there.
I'm being realistic here.
There's nothing realistic about any of this. Well, who would we target? You'd have to look at week 8 and see who's really in the tank and who is.
That's what I'm saying. There's like, without putting up a big chunk of assets that we don't even freaking have. By the way. There's really nobody out there. Like I said, I mentioned Ayuk because I think we could, if he would be available, we'd be able to get him on the cheap. But to your point, John, you're saying, let's see what the Young Bucks can do. Listen,
Jessy has the Brandon Ayuk jersey already made. He's just trying to get chance to wear it.
They didn't impress us at all in the preseason, so I'm not holding out any hope.
Okay, they didn't impress us at all, but they literally had they had Sam Hartman throw into him. I'm going to bring something up. This is Sam Hartman's job with the Washington Commanders. Zach Ertz is out there trying to warm up, and he says, fuck that. Somebody go over there and entertain my kid. He won't shut up. So they send... He is the official NFL best friend.
Sam's trying to hit on Julie.
No, he's not. He does what he's told. Sam Hartman is like a good puppy. He really is. He's cute. Everybody likes him. He's there because he wags his tail at everybody, but he really can't do fuck all for you. So that's what he does. He goes over there and plays peekaboo with Zach Ertz's kid and hits on his wife. All right. All right. So our level of concern right now.
Major,
Max, in terms of injuries?
Moderate.
Yeah, I'm kind of moderate too. I get it. We've got a lot of injuries. What do you think this Terry mystery injury is?
Yeah, it's man.
Pretend you're a doctor. You're a pretend doctor, just like the rest of us. Let's go.
Worst case scenario, it's the same thing with Curtis Samuel, where they thought it was a groin the whole season, but it turned out to be the hernia.
From reports, it was kind of weird. He went to go see one of those the main core muscle doctors in the league. So that definitely raises the eyebrows.
Right.
But I I don't know, man. It looked like he got a helmet on his quad,
Right. Here, I'm uploading the video.
Maybe when he stretched out, he pulled, that hip, area right there.
Right.
Well,
watch
combined up to that. I just don't know. Yeah.
Watch this video. Watch this video. For one, hernia according to Scouse.
Yeah.
Look, you know what? I'll tell you, James. Scouse is only saying so that they'll fly him into the United States and he can put fucking 2 fingers under Terry's balls and say, "Cough, please." He's just got a.
He could have a ripped testicle for all we know. We just don't know.
Yeah, but okay. So look at this. All right, a quad. We all know where that is. Now look at this video on the left-hand side. Watch how he comes down as with all of his weight directly on the helmet, and then just above where his quad is at the hip, how he twists.
Yeah.
All right, so that can
It's
definitely
like the hip gluteus maximus quadish. I don't fuck this.
Look, I'll tell you what. You know what it looks like to me, and I am no doctor. It looks to me like a hematoma. All right, it looks to me like a very deep bruise that's got blood in it. While they're looking at people and saying, "Okay, we're taking a second opinion," because they want to see whether it's going to swell down on its own or they need to drain it. That's my guess. As a graphic designer pretending to be a medical doctor.
To me, in my professional opinion, it looks like he should have been in camp fucking weeks beforehand.
Oh, cut it out. Fucking Camp's changed this. Fucking Camp's.
Here we go. Oh, boy.
Fucking Camp's. What's Camp going to do for that? Even if that, let's say, okay, because the core muscle.
Just saying, guy. I'm just saying.
I know. This is not the usual tweak and pull that they would get for a tweak and a pull.
I don't know if it's a hematoma, though. I mean, I don't think this is all this hubbub you're going to see. He didn't just see one doctor. He didn't see 2 doctors. He saw multiple doctors.
He might have been trying to see if they could drain it. I don't know. I mean, like I said, don't take my word for it. Get a second opinion. I'm just a graphic designer. So, I'm no doctor, but I've watched a lot of television. And, having had a hematoma before, they are painful.
Nice.
But that's just my guess. Now, again, look at the right one. Look at the one on the right, and look how he twists right there. So
see, maybe he pulled something right there.
He might have torn something right there, but I don't think that it's your typical owie tweak and a pull that you would get from not being ready to play football. Look, we saw in week 1 how wide open he got on a deep shot, and Jaden just overshot him. All right. We saw from our angle how not only was he so far beyond the guy, but how far out from him he was towards the sideline. I don't think that he had any issue from quote unquote not practicing. I think he stayed limber. I think he ran just like he normally ran. We knew that he went and had. Oh, stop it! You and me were both talking about how he was running in the morning with Jaden in the bubble. Right, they were having their normal workouts in the morning. I don't think that he just sat there.
Like right after the Luke's touchdown. He
ran down and got the ball.
He ran down and got the ball.
Now, I mean, again, I've had a hematoma. It's I have had a minor one. It didn't need to be drained.
I've had a killer one. My damn whole it turned my whole
and every step hurt, didn't
back
it?
and blue. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Every time that muscle engages, and look at that. Every time that muscle engages, it hurts. So that's just my own guess because they're not telling us anything.
I got this bump on my testicle. I need you to check it out for me.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And you can see that video at bleedingburgundy.com after dark.
You can't. You ain't seeing none of that at our site. Tell you what else you're not seeing anything of. Something that says "By Max Taman."
We just got a message from our buddy Tony that F.A. Obata, former defensive end / defensive tackle for the Washington Commanders, just gave us a shout out in
Dublin.
Yeah.
Dublin.
Hell yeah. F.A. Obata, our buddy. We like that. You know what? I would love to still see F.A. on this team, man. I think he can contribute on this defensive line, even though I think that this defensive line is doing quite well. I think F.A. at this stage,
I think some of his injuries kind of caught up with him a little bit, man.
Yeah, he had a badly broken leg. Yeah. You're probably right. But I'll tell you what, one thing I loved about F.A. Obata was his length and how when he came running in on the quarterback with his arms up, Holy smokes, man. That would probably send anybody into a panic.
I
His
don't
arms
think-
seemed as long as the rest of him. He was
I don't
big.
think that wasn't his first serious injury. I think, didn't he have an ACL?
I didn't think so. I think he just
We'd
broke
have to
the
have
leg.
Scott
when-
in here.
when
Scott
Drew-
could call his mom and ask. Scott could call FA's mom and ask. That's for sure.
For some, maybe I'm misremembering. I thought maybe earlier on in his career he had a number.
Deluxe has got our number. 2 shows in a row talking about a tweak and a pull. Well, I tell you what, this might be Bleeding Burgundy after hours there.
Well, after
So-
this show, I'm going to go tweak and pull too.
So, okay. Well, with that, gentlemen, I have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Unfortunately, I have a hard out at 6:25 this evening.
Hold
Can
on
we
a
j-
second now? We're just getting absolutely ridiculous here. We're going to have a tweak and pull and a hard out at 6:25.
So, my question is,
After
we
dark.
jump to the pick section before we touch the Falcons game. That way, we can get them down for the book.
I'll tell you what, we'll just expedite everything. We'll see if we can get you out of here by 6:25, and we'll be done by then. All right, and then I'll just make sure Jesse stays here for that extra 2 or 3 minutes, building up all the expectations.
Yeah, you two have your foreplay in the end.
I'm not going to be part of whatever he does.
You
but,
got to go look at that bump on his testicle. So,
If you don't finish the picks, just text them into the
yeah.
That's all you got to do. I mean, really, nobody here's paying attention or really giving a fuck about who we pick. I mean, if you're betting, like I said, if you're gambling based on what we say, you're fucking stupid. And I mean, that's our disclaimer right there. All right. So where are we with the football game? We do have a football game coming up this week. So we've talked about the injuries. Go ahead. You've read the injury report.
I read the injury report.
Who was that last guy you said with the Falcons?
Well, now I got to pull it back up. I took it all away. Stand by.
it was a wide receiver that doesn't get much playing time.
Kadarrell Hodge.
No. Who was it?
Kadarrell Hodge.
Kadarrell Hodge. Who was the guy before that?
AJ Terrell.
Oh, that's the name.
And he has the hamstring injury. And what do you always say about hamstring injuries?
They stick with you. They linger. They stay with you. Those are the kinds of injuries you get. Now, I don't know. I have no idea what his camp status was. All right. But look, for all of you folks that are out there that are looking at Terry and talking about, oh, this is what you get when you don't play in the preseason. Nobody played in the fucking preseason. Nobody. You got that?
Not just preseason games. We're talking about camp.
I know, but nobody played in preseason. I mean, people talk about preseason all the time. All around the league, it was a news story if starters played more than a quarter in a preseason game.
When
I'm not
we
going
talk about playing in the preseason. That means like in training camp, which Terry was not.
No, I'm talking about preseason. Preseason is preseason. Training camp is training camp. People can be more specific about what they're saying. I'm not letting anybody wipe the slate like I'm some robot from Russia talking about Trump. Oh, he didn't mean what he said. And that's as political as I'm going to get.
All right,
Anyway,
game.
Go
So-
America. All right, yeah. Go ahead, Max.
Well, we're playing the Falcons. And so I have the unique perspective where I can do this and see someone who's scared shitless of the Falcons and do this and see someone who isn't really caring about the Falcons. It's a fun time down here.
All right. Do you need that schizophrenic medicine that they were advertising last night on television?
You know, Jesse.
I need practice at that.
All right. Well, here, let's try.
While
it
we're
again.
getting it.
There you go. So now we're going to do the Commanders recon and talk about the Falcons. All right. So you were talking about us.
Yeah, Max was going. I just wanted to get that out there because we were reconning the fact that
He's here to referee between the two of us as we have this discussion because I do not fear the Falcons at all. I just don't. All right. And the reasoning why is fucking show me all the time. I hear about the Falcons and all this talent. Look at it. They got Drake May out there. They got Pitts out there. They got John Robinson out there. And they don't just fuck all with any of it anytime.
I think he was trying to talk about Drake London.
Drake London, is that what I said?
No, you said Drake May. It's fine.
Drake May? No, they got Drake London out there. Drake May's not there. Whatever. You understand that there's no difference.
The Falcons outplayed us last year.
Last year is not even a part of whatever.
And they got a lot better defense this year.
Says what? Says 3 games against piss poor teams. They got shut out by the Panthers.
Is Minnesota a piss poor team?
Minnesota with their rookie quarterback who had played exactly 1 quarter of halfway decent football leading up to that. He was getting his ass spanked by the Bears until the 4th quarter of that first game. And then all of a sudden he went, and threw a couple of touchdown passes. And that was the end of that because the Bears were more. He got his ass. The Falcons got shut out by the Panthers last week.
You're way overconfident.
Okay. They averaged 21 points.
Max, be the voice of reason here.
Okay,
please,
well,
Max.
Talk us. We're on 2 opposite cliffs here. Okay,
I know.
I need you to rein it in a bit.
All right.
I hope he has a better idea than we do.
This is what I can definitely say about the Falcons.
Please.
Offensively, they are a team that has a lot of talent.
Oh, really? We've heard that before.
They don't always use it right.
That's true.
But so here's the little thing for you: is Bijan is their leading rusher and receiver.
Well, I guess he should be the leading rusher.
Well, okay, as in he's the leading receiver on the team.
I know. I don't know why that's a good thing.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just stating a fact.
Thank you.
So when you have the running back is the central point of that team, Drake London's going to break out soon. What's the other one? Mooney's going to break out soon. They have playmakers on that team. They just have never been able to use them because look at what happened with Kyle Pitts his entire career. This year was supposed to be the Kyle Pitts breakout. They said all offseason that.
Listen, Kyle Pitts has not been playing bad.
You're right, but Jesse, when you look at a breakout for a tight end, 15 for 135 through 3 games is not a breakout.
Didn't he score 1 or 2 touchdowns against?
It doesn't make any difference. 1 or 2 touchdowns is what they average every fucking week. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, but Jesse, also look what we did to Brock Bowers last week.
Brock Bowers was hurt.
That's fine. If we're going to talk about Brock Bowers hurt is as good as Kyle Pitts is.
No, Kyle Pitts is as good as Michael Penix is, and Michael Penix is not good right now. When you say Drake London is gonna break out, let me tell you, if he breaks outside the hashes, he ain't getting the ball because it doesn't go out there. Penix doesn't throw it right. I don't know what the fuck's going on. The dude's got like a QBR of 65. It's not good. He averages less. I mean, he's like the 20th ranked quarterback in the league. I don't care. All I ever hear from the Atlanta Falcons and the people that talk about the Atlanta Falcons is, they got Drake London, they got Kyle Pitts, they got Bijan Robinson, and Michael Penix, and they have scored 20 points, 22 points, and 0.
We've scored 21 points. Let's see.
Did?
We scored.
We scored 18 against the Packers. We scored,
and then we 41 against a bad Raiders team.
Dude, last week
Jesse,
we came within 1 point of their entire season's output.
Jesse, my question is, where on the defense are you afraid of? Because if you're looking at their defense, they got worse from last year.
Well, now,
they did not.
You looked at
they
it.
Lost. Okay,
right
hold on.
Now, they're like the 5th ranked.
Jesse, they lost Justin Simmons, who's an all-pro safety.
Not anymore.
He was getting older. He didn't have.
But they lost an all-pro. Coming into this week, they're without their number 1 corner. Their pass rush is great this year. It's a pass rush that through 3 games has 7 sacks.
It sacks aside, it
doesn't matter.
Really, really well.
All right. I mean,
but stop the run.
Do they?
Do they? I mean, the thing is this: they have not. I don't care if they do or not. If you score 24 points, you can beat them. They haven't shown. They're the same thing that they are all the time. And everybody says, "Oh, this could be the get right game since 2022."
I mean, Jesse, they give up 97 yards a game on the ground. Is that stopping the run?
It's under 100 on the ground. Yes, pretty.
I mean,
that's not bad at all.
In week 3, that's pretty good, I would say. And I would also say stopping the Vikings run is worthwhile because I believe that Aaron Jones got hurt in that game, even though I don't think that he was going to be their better runner this year.
Look, I'm more worried about Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. And
That's all
Really?
they have. That's their offense.
That's,
the backfield.
besides Montgomery and Gibbs, that's the best tandem in the NFL.
That's
Is
very
it, though?
top. That's a very top heavy tandem, though.
I mean, that's
if you take away, like, here's the thing: is like Gibbs and Montgomery. If you take either one away, that's still a top half backfield in the league. If Algier's your starter, you're bottom half, 16 to 20.
Yeah, Algier can start for many teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I just said he could start for 12 to 16 teams.
yeah,
Over
and they're
half.
schmucks.
That's not over half. There's 32 teams.
16
in the league.
it's 16 is half. That's
You're right. It's
half.
not over half. It is half. He's a bottom
y'all
half
just
running
not,
back.
But y'all gonna find out Sunday. We're getting our ass kicked. I'm telling
Oh,
you that right now.
All right. Well, we're going to get into the score later on. We'll talk about what your prediction for the score is later on. All right. So
we're gonna get smacked in the fucking mouth.
all right. So let me ask you this. Okay. All right. We're going to get smacked in the mouth. All right. So let me ask you this. Is it because of their talent? Are they mad because Marcus Mariota's coming back?
It's
I mean,
not necessarily like they're not uber. They got talent.
They always have talent.
They got talent. It's
They've
a
had
mixture
that
of our issues that we have going on right now,
Yeah,
and we do. Everybody's got to admit we have issues.
Yes, we do. We have
we're
major injury issues, and we've got serious defensive issues in the backfield in terms of coverage. Yes.
okay. And there's also the issue of them being embarrassed last week, and this happens time and time again. A team gets embarrassed. Next week, they're going to be playing different. They're out for blood, and it's going to be taken out on us.
All right, so let me ask you this, though. Do we not have anything that says you ain't taking it out on us? All right,
All they got to do
we're
is
better
zero
than that.
in
We
on
are
Deebo
better than
Samuel,
that.
and that we're finished.
All right, so
I mean,
okay, because I definitely want to explore this because my question is this: when it comes to Bijan Robinson, sorry, Max, I'll get right down to you in a minute because I'm sure you could probably answer this, and Jesse will answer this too. Bijan Robinson, we all agree, I think, is the primary thing to stop. Make Michael Penix beat you through the air because he's not been a good passer. Correct?
that's my battle plan.
Okay. Well, then hang on a second. I'll bring it up.
We got exactly 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes for Max's heart out.
You guys go ahead. You guys don't worry about that. I'm watching the clock.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, this is a good discussion. I'm enjoying this. All right, so give me your battle plan, Max, since we started with that.
You got to just keep Bijan contained and make Penix beat you.
He hasn't been playing.
Penix has started 6 games in his career. He's still effectively a rookie in that regard. And
Not only that, but he's a rookie.
And he hasn't proven that he can go win a game.
No,
Make him prove that he can win a game and see what the kid has. If you can contain Bijan, what's what we upgraded our run defense for was to stop running backs.
Right. Now, the thing that makes me a little nervous in that regard is that his ability is very good. I mean, there's no doubting Bijan. Sorry, he did actually come back out and say he could save Bijan.
Best in the league.
Saquon, believe me, for going back to Penn State, I just love Saquon. I worship at the heels of Saquon, even though he's a Philadelphia.
I also just want to mention, we keep saying the name Bijan, and if you listen very carefully, you'll hear Keith Gray in South New Jersey just getting more and more excited.
I know he's pulling on himself, but we're not going to get into that. Look, Bijan, we've played Bijan since we've talked about that. His ability to get outside is the thing that makes me a little bit nervous. If they try to run it up the gut,
and this is where Wise would have come in. You know, we could have used Wise because when Bijan, I know where you're going with this, John.
Because his hand was 3 feet long.
You got to be able to set the edge on him.
Get out there.
Yeah. You got to be able to set the edge.
That's where I see some problems at right there is containing him and him getting out there. So, I mean, if we can somehow figure out how to set the edge and try to contain him at some point, if we can hold him to under 120 yards, we might have a fighting chance.
A fighting chance. I think if we can hold him to 75 to 100 yards, which I think is,
I just don't see that happening.
I can. I like our defensive line. I like our linebackers. It depends on how they plan on attacking it. Because if they try to come at it, if they try to come and meet us they're going to get their asses handed to them. We got some big boys in the middle, and they like to fucking scrump. I love it.
No, and I agree with that 100%. Just like Jessy last week, they try to run Jessy up the middle. And the problem was their guards were Raiders guards were so terrible.
For all you
men 2 yards in the back. That's not how Atlanta run.
Yeah, that's why I said if he can get outside. Now, to all you PG County people out there that are watching, I did say scrump. So
we can talk about that. This is their offensive coordinator's first time calling the game from the sideline.
Mm-hmm. Great.
He's been in the box.
Great. Let's see if he can handle it like Dan Quinn can when he catches a helmet to the nose.
So Jessy, to just build onto a point, in week 1, Bijan ran the ball 12 times for 24 yards against Tampa.
Tampa's a damn good football team. Let's not because I looked at that.
Tampa barely won that game on a last-second field goal.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, that was the Emeka Egbuka touchdown in the end zone that they won that game on.
It doesn't matter. Tampa's a team that hasn't been able to really whomp anybody yet either. All right, they've got a lot of injuries. So Tampa beating them by what 2 points? Was it 22-20 or something like that?
23-20.
23-20 to me is not. I mean, yeah, they lost. The Falcons lost, but that's the thing. They put up 20 points. The Bucs defense is good, but is it better than our defense? I don't know. I don't know that it is.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you look at our pass. I mean, I know you like PFF for their pass rush grades. You look at our defensive line and how well
our defensive grades are coming from 2 games. They're coming from a shit Giants.
Everyone's
offense.
Coming from 3.
Okay, a shitty Giants offense and a shitty Raiders offense.
Well,
if you take those away,
this is not a good offense. This is an offense that has scored 22 and 20 points, being led by a quarterback in his 6th game. This is, I mean, they have talent. It's the same story every year. They are a fucking vanilla snack pack pudding cup. It's mushy. It's soft. Anybody can eat it, even if they have teeth. But damn, if it doesn't look good on the shelf. That's the thing. No, it doesn't look good on the shelf. It's just vanilla. I know you're looking at me. You're giving me that side eye there.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I do not have a good feeling about this game, and it's not my normally doom and gloom stuff. I think we're going to hit a buzzsaw in this team.
All right. Well, Max,
they're out for blow.
So you got to go.
So we'll see you later. Real quick, I'll tell you guys just for this part. My man on a mission this week.
Yeah.
Playing for his job, Matt Gay.
Matt Gay.
That's a good man on a mission right there.
That is a good
man. Gentlemen, have a good one. See you on Victory Tuesday.
We'll talk on Sunday.
Oh, we always do. Our group chat is great. By the way, I just want to point out during the Lions playoff game, 1,072 messages in our group chat.
That's right. Most of them were yes, woohoo, fuck
and
yeah.
After the game, I went back and listened to every single one of them. I was up till 4 in the morning that night. But see you guys.
All right, later.
Later. Should have taught that boy how to read, man. I tell you what, I'd have found something else to do. Holy shit. All right. So let me see. Where were we right here? I don't know. I'll tell you what. We'll get right to this real quick.
Temperature in the low 70s, a bit cloudy. Let's head down to the field and Jen Hale. Jen?
Jaden Daniels relegated to watching warm-ups from the sidelines this morning, Chris. Now he's on his way up to watch this game from the Raiders injury booth.
Where are they finding
Jaden's going to watch this game from the Falcons injury booth, from what I understand. So is Terry. All right, so with Jaden out, again, coming into this game, now I know you think their offense. I mean, you're basing, I guess, everything you're talking about mostly on their offense.
No, I think Atlanta's defense is good.
Okay.
I do. They may not show the sack numbers, but they can definitely rush the passer. And I disagree a little bit with Max. Is they got better this offseason.
They're good at stopping the run, that's for sure. And I think that's the key to us winning this football game.
Oh, I do too. If we can come somehow. Now listen,
the same thing we did
going into the Raiders game, I was nervous about. And we even had Raiders fans in our chat talking about their defensive line because they did. I disagree with Scouse a little bit. The Raiders do have a good run stopping defensive line, and they proved that through this year until they hit us. So, maybe the moves not Connolly, but Wiley and Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, yeah.
Maybe that really opened up our run game a little bit. But I
little bit.
I just don't think we can count on the passing game with who we have, not only under center, but
here's the thing.
The receivers
with Mariota last week, okay, other than the fumble where he was trying to do too much and he got caught from behind and surprised with the fumble, our first turnover of the year.
I'm not going to hate on him for that. No,
I'm not either. He was trying his best, and honestly, we talked about this on Tuesday. I didn't feel like we were oh fuck, like I would normally in many games when that kind of thing happens in the first quarter. But he didn't put the ball in harm's way. There was no Raiders defensive back that was in danger of picking off any passes. He picked out the open receiver more often than not, and he hit him square. So I'm not terribly concerned. I think that he is smart enough back there in the pocket to be able to hit those receivers, find the open man. He can read his checkdowns and he can move throughout the progression. And I think that if he doesn't see what he likes with him pulling the ball down and running, as long as he remembers to wrap it the fuck up when he wants to goddamn hurdle somebody, I'm fine with it. He scored a touchdown, right? And I do like the fact that, look, I think that the Falcons and their fan base, now, that's two separate things, are looking at him because we heard, I don't know if you've been on social media this week, but we heard their radio people talking about we can't get beat by Mariota. I think they think more of it than he does, and I think that he thinks enough of it to think that I would like to go in there and just kick their ass and shut them up.
Oh yeah, especially the way that that ended with him. I didn't like it. Mariota. Yeah, but not more. Most people didn't have all the information, about the situation.
Right, that's me. Right.
So yeah, I'm sure Mariota. This is big for Mariota, right? This is a big game for Mariota, and I just hope it's not. I hope he doesn't do too much. I hope it's one of those games where you keep the ball out of harm's way. Don't try to overextend yourself and just take what Atlanta's defense gives him.
Right. It's a cliche, but it's 100% fact. Stay within yourself. Stay within the game plan, and just if it gets down to it, throw it away and trust your defense because they're able. Our defense is going to have to hold strong in this game because they're the uninjured side of the ball for the most part. We haven't really even talked about the defense yet, but honestly, I'm perfectly happy and glad to be standing here talking with you or sitting here talking with you. And I hope people are going to pay attention to us because you got any place to go?
Not really. No,
me neither. Defensively, we've got the Will Harris injury.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm happy with Reeves coming in. I like Reeves. Reeves
it's been a while since we've seen Reeves with extended playing time behind there. So I'm kind of interested to see how that looks. But when he is in there, he puts his body on the line. He comes in there like a missile, and he tries to fucking take people's heads off. I love that. I like sometimes I'm like, okay, chill out, man. Don't fucking hurt yourself, because dude, we're dealing with too many injuries. So I hope he thinks of that. But we just had a signing of a former first round pick, and if need be, I'm sure he's ready to step in.
Not just yet. I wonder. Have you seen the act? Well, they're not going to show it. I wonder if Preston Smith will be active this week.
Yeah, that's the question. I don't know. That's why is that
Savage? That's right.
Yeah, why is injury so underrated, man? And like,
what, dude? Do you remember when so I go to week 1 every year with you, okay? Yeah. And all we could talk about after the game or even in preseason was just, my God, how effing big he is out there on a field full of big people.
Yeah.
Javon Kinlaw is huge. And next to him, they're the same height. Maybe it's the wraps that he has on his arms all the way up through his hands, which I think in terms of like 1970s, putting a little lead bar in there, wham! I think that it looks fucking great. And honestly, he is just so long.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think that's going to be missed. It's when I think the Raiders made a huge mistake. I think they've been making a mistake all season long and not trying to do some outside run game.
Yeah,
because that's just not their offensive line is so bad, and that's a weakness for us right now, I believe, because Dorrance Armstrong's. I love how Dorrance Armstrong's been playing.
Yeah,
he's not a strong edge setter. We have Von Miller on the outside. Hey, he is making play in the run, but he's primarily a pass rusher. Wise was that guy
enough to be able to know how to do both.
Wise was that guy that you had a lot of faith in.
It's because he was so fucking big that while he was rushing the passer, he was like, okay, everybody's seen Star Wars, right? They've all fallen down in the garbage chute and the walls are closing in. The wall on the right, that is Dietrich Wise. That's what that is. You got nowhere to go because of that.
I think did we sign him on a 1 year? I hope we.
I think.
I hope he. I think
he was 31.
Comes back, gets healthy, and we bring him back again. If he still wants to play, but we'll see.
Well, I'm confident in our defensive line. If we can limit the outside attack, then make Penix throw the ball. I love our defense.
Atlanta's got a great. Maybe not a great offensive line. They got a really good offensive line.
That's fine. Here's the thing. I think we have a really good defensive line because I think we have a really good defensive line rotation. And right now, fucking Daron Payne is playing lights out football. He is throwing people around like crazy. Did you see where he ran into Geno Smith?
Oh yeah,
my God, that was crazy. That was like one issue that you watch the tsunami coming in. Wham.
There's a couple issues with the defense. The major one is we haven't had a turnover yet, and that's
we have had a fumble on the ground, and we didn't get it. The Giants, we knocked a fumble out of Russell Wilson, and he fell on it quite by accident. Right, he just fell right back onto it. We had an interception in that game that was turned over for a penalty. So
and then we had an almost interception last week where it was just kind of like the ball just bouncing around. But that's. There's, I think, 4 teams without a turnover, and they're all at the bottom of the league. There is, I think, another 4 or 5 teams with 1 turnover again at the bottom of the league teams. That's a little bit concerning.
It is, and especially since that's what Joe Witt comes in trumpeting. We're going to get turnovers, so let's see.
All his life, get the fucking ball, then, damn it.
All right. Well,
I'll
tell you
playing man coverage and soft fucking man.
Or swap it up a little bit sometimes. We're not all Lester Hayes, okay, where we can all get up right on the fucking guy this close with stick him all over us and be able to stop the pass. It's not that kind of a league anymore. You got to be able to do it. And if you're going to play straight up man coverage like that, then you've got to be able to turn it over. Yeah. Right? And he's not. So change up, do something different before you get burned by it. All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to have to move on because we're at an hour's long here right now. We've still got to get to the NFL. I'm happy. I don't know about you, but I'm happy. Let's see here. 4 near misses. Let's see what Deluxe says. 4 near misses are turnovers. Surprise hits by Revo and Ballore didn't cause 1 or 2. I'm sure. I agree. I guarantee you some of those guys are walking off the field still holding on to what they thought was a ball. After
we haven't really jumped on the special teams, and Revo and Ballore are major parts of it, man. I just love how our special teams is, Gay aside, our special teams are fucking rock on, man. The
nut squad.
The captain of the nut squad. Yeah.
That's right.
They're the coverage, not only just the coverage teams,
the return
in the return teams, both of them, they're just on punts and kickoffs.
Gotta love the nut squad.
That's right. You gotta love
the nut squad.
The nut squad. That's our special teams, and I love them.
You just gotta love the nut squad.
For those of you that have been chatting with me on this here internet thing for 20 plus years, me and special teams. All right, some of you go back to me all the way with Danny fucking Smith and arguing with me about that gum chomping moron, but it matters. All right, and when you see what good special teams can do, this is what we're talking about. Now, Gay aside, so this week Gay was given the vote of confidence. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, I think that 56-yard hit.
Yeah.
I think that bought him another week.
A week? He's a guaranteed contract, highest paid kicker. See, this is the thing. When they say highest paid kicker, yeah, it's $4 million, which to me and you is, a couple of weeks work. Let's face it. Right.
Well, I understand. Like it is what it is. You can't really, because you're going to bring someone else in. If you cut Gay, you're going to bring someone else in that's just as good or worse than him.
Maybe. Thank goodness we didn't bring in Young Wei Koo. Look, I
always
always
know who retired yesterday.
Yes, I saw that. Austin Siebert retired, which answered all of my questions about why haven't we brought Austin Siebert in. Yes, he was 60% or 30% from 50 or beyond, but he was 100% from 49 on in. That is not a number to be missed.
That was Gay last year.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it gay. I would call it probably pretty cool.
And I think this Quinn and AP and company, the decision makers on the team, they're giving him time to work out this funk because he's in a funk. Kickers get in funks, and maybe by week 4, 5, 6, we'll have 100% kicker.
Let's hope. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we are going to move along, and I am going to go ahead and move into our emails real quick before we get into our NFL segment, which we're going to rush right on through, I'm sure. Yep. But we do have some emails that have come to us, and you can go ahead and email us. I'm going to put some email music on. Hold on a minute here. Let's just use our old start. No, the show's not it right now. Music for email. Because you can email us at bleedingburgundypodcast@gmail.com. Go ahead. Send us your thoughts. Send us somebody else's thoughts. I really don't give a shit. Send something that ChatGPT wrote for you. I don't give a fuck. So here's what we've got this week. All right, let's see. Email number 1. Dear podcast, I should start Jameis just to fuck with everybody. Fuck it. Why not? My luck he'd win and I have to stay in this pile of shit I made for another week. Signed B. Dable, New York. And I guess I should change our thing here. Why am I not getting this?
The problem with Dayball is he didn't make the pile of shit. The pile of shit's just been there for a while and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
I'll tell you what, every week Daniel Jones does quite well. I think that they are being more of an indictment. All right, let's see. Email number 2 comes to us from the desk of Mark Davis. Dear Commanders, hi, my name is Mark, and I left my lunchbox in your stadium on Sunday. If you find it, will you please send it to me? It has Minecraft on it and my name, Mark. Thank you, Mark. All right, Mark.
I'm surprised he found a black crown.
We will have the Commanders check the lost and found there for you. All right, email number 3. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, let's see here. This comes to us and says, premature ejaculation. Dear podcast, of the email at the front, because the NFL doesn't care if we do anything the right way or not. We will do this and everyone will see it and know it's wrong, but it really doesn't matter if we put the end.
That's just some horseshit. They came out and said, we're going to make this, an emphasis. Then they don't. They fucking don't.
When it's as clear as a bell. You know what? Here's what you do, NFL. You can look at every fucking play through video. We can all see them false starting as soon as we look at the video. Have one of your people up in New York just go, oh, hey, they false started. Stop. Call a penalty. Because it really throws the game into question. And I know that's the last thing that you want to do.
If you're going to take all this technology and stuff, get the fucking calls right. Just like a Curry touchdown or non-touchdown. That was a touchdown. It was a touchdown. Right. The view I saw in the stadium, the big screens, everybody that's been to the stadium, they say, the big screen, it looked like he was down. I said it in the chat. I'm like, no, I don't think so, guys. But afterwards, saw other videos. But in the video that they showed, the one that's fucking goddamn,
from NASA,
it looks like a fucking satellite fucking view.
Hang on, I know. Here,
what the fuck?
Hold on a minute. I got it right here. It's coming up. Yeah, I couldn't believe they tried to pass that off on Fox with Chris Myers. Hey, Chris Myers is going to try to pass off this bullshit video from a spy satellite flying overhead to tell us this is how the NFL
Into the third quarter here in 8 seconds and counting. This is the boundary camera that the NFL uses, and this is really a helpful process. They have cameras in place every stadium, so when they do reviews, they can see.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely down. He's definitely down. I could see the blades of fucking grass.
Honest to God, Chris Myers, for one, if you had any principles, as soon as you got off the air, number one, you'd rip that fucking thing off of your head and tell them to stop fucking painting your fucking head with a goddamn Sharpie, number one. And number two, you'd say, how dare you make me say such a stupid thing as this is the camera the NFL uses to look down the line. That's fucking ridiculous. And everybody goddamn well knows it. But on a broadcast that lets this bimbo on the sideline.
Temperature in the low 70s, a bit cloudy. Let's head down to the field in Jen Hale. Jen?
Jaden Daniels relegated to watching warm-ups from the sidelines this morning, Chris. Now he's on his way up to watch this game from the Raiders injury booth.
Listen, I just played that, and my wife in the other room, who doesn't know a fucking thing about football, is laughing because she knows enough to know that. All right. Anyway. All right, we are on emails, and we are on email number 3. Let's see here. Through thick and thin, dear season ticket holder, we want you to know how much we appreciate you, but we are concerned that the current level of play may have you considering selling your tickets for upcoming games. Please do. We've got a fuckload of nachos and beer to sell, and we can't do that to empty seats. Sincerely, the New Orleans Saints. All right, well. Good for them for playing out the string. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Who do I have to suck? To whom it may concern. Man, on a weekend when a bunch of guys got hurt and went out for the season, you telling me none of them were on my offensive line? Man, I can't catch a break. Sincerely, Gino S. Bruised in Vegas.
Gino got tossed around. That's for damn sure.
He got the shit beat out of him last week. And I mean, he had a good game, but all right. So we're done with the emails. So there you go. We're going to get to the NFL segment of the show. And since it's just the two of us, we might as well just run right on through it. I don't have any graphics for it.
We're just going to run right on through them. We got the first game. We got the Vikings and Steelers. Vikings are favored by 2.5. Over under is 40.5. Listen, Steelers are one of those teams I just don't know. Sometime Rodgers looks great. You
Week
see
one.
the some of his I'm talking about like his passes. It's like, what? Yeah, that's Aaron Rodgers right there. And then sometimes he's like, what the fuck? I'm going with the Vikings on this one. I like the Vikings. Go Carson motherfucking Wentz.
The Vikings. He just made his mind up right now.
I did.
All right. In no world ever is Aaron Rodgers losing to Carson Wentz. I'm sorry. There's just no way. And I will go say this too. The Steelers are owned by the Rooneys, and I'm not going to cast any aspersions, but it's rumored that Art Rooney sent a lot of money to the IRA. So I think I'm taking the Steelers. I'm not only taking the Steelers, I'm taking them to win convincingly, and I think that they're gonna shock the Vikings, who came off of a big win last week by a couple of fluke plays. Let's face it.
All right, next up we got the Eagles at the Bucks. This is a big game. I think it's a 1:00 game. Eagles are favored.
That's fantastic.
Eagles are favored by 3.5. Over under is 44.5. Bucks might be getting some people back. Chris Godwin is listed as questionable. Tristan Wirfs is questionable, and also Baker Mayfield. It was on the injury report this week.
He took some shots the other night.
Yeah. So, I'm going to take the. I don't like the Eagles. Drew Brees said their offense sucks. It's boring as hell. It's effective, but it's fucking
3-0. It's 3-0. And I mean, last week they got a freaking blocked field goal.
They did.
At
the Rams. That was fucking the Rams. Fucking should have won that game.
Dude, did you see that big dude? I love this this next gen stats where they can, see how fast these people are running. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That big dude was at 18.5 miles an hour going down the field. Good Lord. That's a rhino charging at you, boy.
Fuck you, tush push. I'm going Bucks.
That's right. Let's see what he says there. Wait a minute. Let me go look at these things here. Meyer was also the guy I thought helmet was okay. It was not. No, that was okay. We're going back to the broadcast deluxe. That was Mark Schlereth.
Yeah.
And I was beside myself listening to that shit. He's outside the pocket. Why is that helmet to him? Why you can't throw a flag? He's outside the pocket. He's not the quarterback, but he's not defensive. I couldn't believe that. The only excuse I can give you for that, Deluxe, is that Mark Schlereth played in an era where helmets probably didn't fit quite right and took a lot of shots to the head. Let's see. Pete Sidorn says, fuck the Rams for making me buy into you. I'd be one behind Scott in the Pick'ems if I didn't. Scott, who we made fun of in the Pick'ems, is probably doing quite well. I haven't looked at the Pick'ems yet.
Nah, he's doing all right, but I'm making a charge. I'm coming up. I'm making a charge.
All right, we'll give you a Pick'ems update another time because I really don't fucking feel like it. All right, who's our next game?
All right, we got the Saints and the Buffalo Bills.
Wait, did I make a pick? I didn't make a pick.
Oh yeah,
I'm picking the Eagles.
Okay, you fucker. All right.
What am I
Saints and Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by a whole shitload. I think it's like up to 15.5 right now.
Half.
Come on, man. Anybody's picking the Saints to win should have their head checked.
You know, have you ever gone on YouTube and fallen down a bit of a rabbit hole where you find some asshole that's feeding a duckling to a goddamn rattlesnake? That's what this game is going to be like. You know, I saw one the other day. I didn't want to see it, but all of a sudden there it was. You know, you go through those fucking reels and boop, you stop. It's a cane toad eating a fucking bird. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, I didn't want to see that as a baby bird getting eaten by a cane toad. So yeah, that's what this game is going to be like. The freaking Bills are going to mash them, but I wouldn't take that spread.
No, I wouldn't either because I think the Bills starters are going to be done by halftime. There'd be no point of putting them out after that. Now this next game is kind of interesting. At least the line is.
Let me put that up real quick.
There you go.
All right, so because I said that about the Bills, we also have to spurse in our picks for the week, our definite our bets for the week. And these are bets that I'm going to put money on. This is a nice parlay that I've got here that will make me a nice chunk of change when it hits. All right, I'm taking the Steelers -2.5. They're going to beat the Vikings outright in Ireland. I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the Lions -9.5 against the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have a good defense, but I think that was a bit of a misnomer last week. I like the Lions coming off of a win off the Ravens. They're starting to catch their steam, and they're going to trounce the Browns. I like the Chargers -6.5 over the Giants because they are the Giants, and there's nothing else that needs to be said. The Commanders +2.5 now. As of this afternoon over the Falcons. I'm definitely taking that. I think we're going to win outright. The Panthers +5.5 at the Patriots. I don't know. Why are the Patriots favored by that much? Can you answer me that?
Because they're not the Panthers. I don't know.
I mean, the Panthers are coming off of a shutout of these, fearsome Falcons. So yeah, I'll take the Panthers +5.5. Give me almost a touchdown. The Ravens -2.5. Man, the Chiefs, you boys are circling the drain right now. The Packers -6.5. I'll tell you what, he's getting four sacks. Dak Prescott's going to eat the football, and Packers are going to trounce him. And I also like the Steelers over the Vikings with an over of 40.5. That game's not going to just be 10-7, and that's the way I see it. So back to our regular schedule picks. Where are we next?
We're at Cleveland, at Detroit, and this is an interesting one. I
see what I think.
Yeah, I know that you picked the Lions +9.5. I'm not going that direction. I'm picking the Lions to win, but I think the Browns defense is for real.
They're good.
I think they're really, really good, and I think this game's going to be a little bit closer. I would lean Browns plus the 9.5. That spreads. I think it should be about 7. That's where it should be.
No, it's at 9.5 right now. Where it was
I'm just thinking like what for me to be comfortable taking the Lions, it would have to go down to 7. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm picking the Lions.
With the Lions, you and your love affair with the Lions, you don't want them for 9.5 over the shit Cleveland Browns.
That defense is good.
Yeah, good. I know,
really good.
But I still.
All right, we already know you're picking the Lions plus this. Plus the points.
The Lions are tromping.
All right, so this is going to be just a shoddy game. No one's going to watch. Tennessee at Houston. Houston is favored by 7.5. I'm picking Houston to win. I'd probably lay those points because Titans just ain't. That's just probably the most boring team in the NFL right now, even with a rookie quarterback.
I mean, Tony Pollard, they just can't get it going. The rookie, Cam Ward, can't get out of his own way. All right, that's the problem with him. He has nice throws when he makes them, but he can't get out of his own way. He's got a lot.
He doesn't have a lot of help. He
gets sacked a lot, but a lot of them are his own fault. That's a fact. The dude holds the ball a lot. He's a ball patter. So we'll see if he can come off of that. But I don't think he's going to come off of that this week. But I don't think that I'm not taking the Texans and 7.5. No way. The Texans haven't proven that they can be that kind of a favorite over anybody just yet. Yeah. I'll take them to win.
Yeah.
For Scotty, who's going to have to do the big embossed book after the fact for the second week in a row.
Yeah.
Do the Titans finally fire their head coach after the game? Pete wants to know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he gets. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough, especially with a rookie quarterback, man.
Yeah.
It's those are tough things because you want to try to give it time to work out. Rookie quarterbacks switching coaches this early just never works out in their favor. So
they don't have the offensive line yet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of his specialty. So I guess if I'm the Titans, I don't fire him this year unless it really we lose 10 in a row. But I am constantly looking at him saying, okay, we got draft picks and we're going to have a high one. You better build this line. We better protect that kid. Because all the analysts, they tell me that Cam Ward can throw the ball at an NFL level.
He can.
He's just got to stop getting sacked.
Yeah. All right. Chargers, Giants. This is Jackson Dart's. I mean, why would you start Jackson Dart at this?
Because you are fearful for your job. You have no other options.
Like, it's just it's Daboll's just dumb and shame. They should have been fired.
It's Jay Gruden having to throw Dwayne Haskins in.
I like Jackson Dart. I think he might eventually be a decent quarterback. What I don't like is everything else about the New York Giants. So I'm taking the Chargers and the points.
I got to tell you this. I don't know Jackson Dart personally, but just because he's a New York Giant, I don't like him. I 100% don't like the New York Giants. Like I said, if I ever saw them at a shipwreck and they were drowning in the ocean, I'd throw them rocks. And that's about the best I could say for you. I'm taking the Chargers all day long in this game.
Yeah.
The Chargers right now, I think, are one of the better football teams in the NFL. I think that this passing game that they've got has really shocked everybody in terms of how effective it's been. And I mean, all of a sudden, Quentin Johnston, their outside wide receivers are scoring left and right. And now Omarion Hampton is going to have the shot, right? Because Najee Harris is gone
Keenan Allen's been playing well. I mean, he's like great. 7 catches away to be the fastest wide receiver to reach 1,000 catches.
And he just signed in late August. He was this close to retiring.
I wanted Keenan Allen here, man. Anyway, that's just
dude. We watched him score a touchdown right in front of us. He was so big, both of us fell in love instantly. Okay, thank you for all the 59 people that are paying attention right now. Thank you very much for being here.
Paulie Wood, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Paulie?
Next we have the Panthers. This is a weird line. It is kind of weird. Panthers, Patriots. Patriots haven't done nothing in my opinion, to warrant a 5.5 point favorite in this game.
They have a pass rush.
Yeah, I think this should be a hometown favorite, a 3.5, 4 at the very most. Give me the Panthers plus points. I'm going to take the Patriots to win. But I would definitely lean Panthers with the points on this one if I were a betting man, which I am.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm 100% with you. I'm taking the Panthers and the points. I'm taking the Panthers to win outright.
Wow,
the Patriots have had a good pass rush, but look, man, the Panthers, what you said earlier about the Falcons coming off of an embarrassing loss, all right, and how they're going to want to get back on us. That's a reality. But is it also a reality that a team coming off of a 30-0 shutout in which they pick off they get pick six, they're coming strong. And I think the Patriots are kind of a mirage right now.
Yeah.
So give me the Panthers for the outright win.
And it's funny, I thought the Patriots were going to be a lot.
Blowing us a kiss. Oh, thank you, Paulie.
Oh,
pick up the roses, leave the cannoli. All right. If
coming in the season, I had hopes for the Patriots. I thought the Patriots were going to not necessarily give Buffalo a run for their money, but have a shot to make the playoffs, and they just shit the bed left and right.
They don't have the talent yet. I mean, they just got Mike Vrabel, who I trust in being able to build a team. I think Drake May's pretty good, but they just don't have what they need yet. Travion Henderson, we hear all of the talk, but it hasn't really materialized just yet. Not yet. They're still percolating.
This is an interesting game. Indianapolis Colts at LA Rams.
Game of the week.
Look, I'm still not a believer in the Colts yet. I think I think it's a mirage. I think Daniel Jones.
You don't believe in Dan Jones?
I don't. Not at all. Not at all. And he looks dumber in the Colts helmet than he did in the Giants helmet, and that's fucking really hard to do. Have you looked at Daniel Jones in the fucking helmet? He looks lost, but he's been playing well. I'm not a fucking believer yet, man. I'm not. I don't know why it's taken me this time
September lies.
He's been playing fucking great, but I just don't. I'm not buying in. Not buying in. I need more. I need to see more. I'm taking the Rams. They're going to lay the points. They're going to fucking win by probably 15.
Rams are what? 3.5 point, right? 3.5 points. Okay. All right. So I would take the Rams. You know what? I'm not. I'm taking the Colts to win. I'm buying Daniel Jones. And not only am I buying Daniel Jones, I'm buying Jonathan Taylor. All right. That dude's running like he has always run. And
I will buy Jonathan Taylor. I don't buy Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones is in that place right now where nothing goes wrong. All right. He's just cruising along. I'm listening to him out there calling cadence like he did in New York. Okay, for Tiger. But maybe it's just inside of me that wants to see Daniel Jones do well so that I can look at the New York Giants and go, God, you guys are fucked up. I just love hating on the New York Giants.
So Pollywood says Indianapolis is for real if they win this on the road. Daniel Jones is in the midst of a revival. This is what happens when you put talent around the guy and coach him. Well, yeah, I tend to agree. I just don't think he's
Indiana Jones.
He could very well prove me wrong. If they go in there, okay, I will put this out
there.
The
Rams are playing pretty good.
I think the Rams are great. I think they're a really, really good team.
They had the Eagles until a miracle last week.
If Daniel Jones and company go into LA and beat the Rams on their home turf, I will start turning the corner on the Colts and believing, start becoming a believer. I'm putting that out there. I will.
Okay.
I will.
I mean, you make a lot of sense. I'm buying in on the Colts right now because we are an hour and a half into the show and I'm half drunk. But it's probably because I really want to, like I said, I want to see Daniel Jones do well so I can look at the Giants and laugh at them. Who's next?
We got the Jacksonville Jaguars and the San Francisco 49ers with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is back.
Ooh, Brock Purdy is returned. The return of Brock Purdy.
I am hearing so much about the fucking Jags, man. Like, oh, the Jags are this, that. Sorry, not buying the fucking Jags either. Give me the 49ers. And listen, I'm not really buying the 49ers either. They I think they're 3-0, but they're a sham 3-0. I honestly
thank
believe.
You, Coach.
Coach
Simple in the house. Coach Simple in the house.
So I'm not a believer in any one of these teams, but I'm definitely not a fucking Jags believer. Sorry, Karen. Love you.
Sorry, Karen. Tell you what. Hey, Coach Simple, while you're in here, I'll tell you what. I'll give you this. You can record this for your podcast. This is old John saying it as best as he can. Ready? We live. There you go. I sound like a freaking hog getting ready to get sent off for slaughter. but we'll go ahead and take that anyway. You know, I had high hopes for the Jaguars in a lot of my freaking fantasy leagues. I took Trevor Lawrence because it's got to happen soon, right? The dude was pretty fucking good at Clemson, and
It's
he's
been like
got
6 years,
but
and he hasn't proven anything.
His head coach right now is the guy that turned Baker Mayfield into a 41 touchdown per year quarterback. All right. Last year, Baker Mayfield broke out. The coach that taught him how to do it is now with. So I'm thinking, okay, so I've got him in a lot of leagues, but it just isn't happening. And I don't understand what with Brian Thomas Jr. short arming passes. He doesn't seem like he wants to be out there getting hit. He looks like a little freaking pussy out there, if you really want to be honest about it. Travis Etienne's running well. Basil Tootin's running well, but I just can't trust him. And with Brock Purdy back, give me the 49ers. This game has no appeal to me.
No, none at all. Pete says the 49ers have to fire their training staff because,
my
God, the injuries. You're right. It's every year. Every fucking year.
It's constant. For those of you that are in the Yanks versus Wanks League, Ricky Pearsall's on the block.
Ooh. Danny Dimes succeeding in Indy actually was on your bingo card, Deluxe. Really?
No kidding. I mean, I'll tell you what, somebody go ahead and give that man a free hat or something. Because that's freaking awesome.
It is. Ravens, Chiefs. What's going on with the Chiefs now, man? The Chiefs are a home dog, 2.5. Ravens just got beat last week. It was an exciting game.
Yes.
The Chiefs beat the Giants. But they haven't looked good all year. The Chiefs, just something's going on with the Chiefs. I don't know. Well, I do know. They have nobody. They have nobody but Patrick Mahomes. Kelsey is getting older than dirt, and
they just
can't do it all himself. Pat just cannot do it by himself.
You know, and every time I watch the Chiefs, which I've watched 3 times this year, that's what I'm looking at. Is Patrick trying to do it himself? Is rushing? He's doing well with that, but you're right. They just don't have any weapons. Xavier Worthy coming back. Okay.
Pat Mahomes is the leading rusher on that team.
Right. Yeah. Pacheco looks lost. He doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. I'm just not buying in on the Chiefs right now. I think the Chiefs are a team that has found the fucking cliff and they've fallen over it.
Yeah, they're broken. Give me the Ravens. I'd bump that up to like 5.5.
All right, let me see.
Take it.
Is that your card? You got that on your card? You're okay. Yeah, you got your card, right? Let's see later. All right, so you're
my big easy bunny same game parlay. I got Pat Mahomes alt 200 yards. Pat Mahomes 15 rushing yards plus 15 rushing yards. Xavier Worthy 30 receiving yards. Travis Kelsey 25 plus receiving yards. Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown. Lamar Jackson 175 alt passing yards and rushing yards. Derrick Henry 60 plus rushing yards, and Zay Flowers 30 receiving yards. These are all low totals, and the reason why they're low totals, I think this is going to be a little bit of a lower scoring game because we got 2 defenses. Listen, the Chiefs defense is good. Now the Ravens defense, they got to get their shit together. I don't think I don't think the Chiefs can produce much offense, and that's going to help the Ravens side. But I think the Chiefs defense can limit Jackson and Henry. And Henry, what's going on with Derrick Henry this year?
Well, he's fumbled twice, which makes it look bad. And I mean, he just can't keep going. Well, how old is he now?
He's got to be in his 31.
I'm not sure how old he is. I'm not going to blame that on age. I'm not 100% sure. If I were who holds Derrick Henry in our Yanks versus Wanks league, if you're interested in trading, give me a holler. I'll be interested in talking about Derrick Henry. I don't think he's done by any stretch. I think that when you see him in these post games talking about the fumbles, I don't know what happened, but I take responsibility. Every single one of those, I guarantee you, he hasn't slept since the first one. You know what? He's going to frickin' take it out on the Chiefs. I don't see the Chiefs as being that good of a football team right now. I think I see the Chiefs as Patrick Mahomes, like you said, and not much else. And there's not much he can do about it. Well, they're averaging. I mean, I'm not sure right off the top. I didn't do the numbers for it, but I would bet you they haven't scored more than 30. They haven't scored 30 yet.
No,
this year.
they're
averaging about 24.
They're in the low 20s, but
Low
their
20s.
their defense is still good. Let's be real.
I mean,
here.
I guess if you're playing the
here.
Giants,
The defense is still good.
I guess they played the Chargers, who beat the living hell out of them. I can't remember who they played in week 2, and then they played the Giants. So I just think that they've run to the end of their rope. That's what I think. And it happens with all championship teams that make a long run. They get to the point where they run out of talent. And, championship teams, especially nowadays, they get broken up quick. That's the whole idea.
They get plucked left and right after every Super Bowl.
Right.
Their free agents are gone because they're chasing money. They got their Super Bowl. Now they're chasing the payday.
Right. And I mean, frankly, they've just run out of talent and that's it. So you can bring Xavier Worthy back. I mean, I guess when Rashee Rice comes back, that could make a big difference, but is it enough of a difference to get them even in the playoffs at this point? I don't know.
They got to fix their run game too.
We'll see. Yeah. Isaiah Pacheco looks lost. All right. Who's our next game?
We have the Bears and Raiders. Oh, this is a great one.
The Bears and the Raiders.
Who fucking cares? Bears are going to win, I guess.
I like the Bears.
Raiders favored in this game. This is crazy.
It is crazy. They can't protect. And I think the only reason that they're saying that the Raiders are favored in this game is because of the game that Tucker had last week. All right. In statistics, Geno had a halfway decent week because of a couple of decent passes, but they were very few.
Garbage. A lot of garbage time too. I mean,
exactly.
He scored 3 touchdowns on us, but fuck it.
The Bears look like they're figuring it out. Caleb looks like he's figuring it out, and even more to the fact, it looks like their coach, whose name escapes me at the moment,
the
is
Bears
figuring out how to deal with Caleb.
He's played some bad defenses.
This is a bad one.
Defense is bad.
They are
bad.
They are. Isn't that fun to say? But this is
Cartier, Walker, Pewter, and Red. Thanks for joining us.
No, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Is this a Falcons fan? Let's see here. What's he got to say? Katie. Katie. Pewter and Red. Oh, that would be definitely a Buccaneers fan. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right, so who we got next?
Packers, Cowboys. Speaking of the Cowboys, Packers are favored by 6.5. Over unders 46.5, but I think Packers can probably hit the over all by themselves. Dallas is. I think Micah Parsons is going to at least have 3 sacks.
I agree. I think he's going to wreck pretty much everything that they're going to do. CeeDee Lamb isn't going to play, right? Am I right in that? I'm pretty sure
he's got an ankle injury.
Yeah.
So they just lost to the Browns. Packers are pissed off. They're going to go into Jerry World, and Jerry's going to cry and wonder why.
Listen, wait, I told you all week long. I've been telling people on a goddamn video, we got a plan for Micah. We never won those Super Bowls while he was here, did we? Nope, we didn't. You know why? Because the rest of the team fucking sucked. That's why. But goddamn it, I ain't going to say that right now. I still got a goddamn season's worth of tickets to sell. They're going to beat the shit out of the Cowboys. I think so. And I think you're right. We got Max's long shot here, which is of that game. So let's take a look at Max's bet for the week. So he's got what? He's got Dak Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Hey, Max stepping out on the limb there.
And happy Friday to you.
Yeah, I don't know what I forgot. The plus 3,100 is not correct. I don't know what that is. So sorry, it was late. Dak Prescott over 5.5 yards rushing. Max is definitely pulling at the freaking smallest fruit he could find. George Pickens over 4.5 receptions.
I can definitely see that.
He's going to definitely do that, I think. Matthew Golden over 44.5 yards receiving. Now, everybody's looking at Matthew Golden as this is a breakout game because the Cowboys are so bad on defense that they're going to have this breakout game, and Matthew Golden is going to show up and show everybody why he's going to be the rookie sensation. I guess we'll see.
With betting on, I don't bet on the Green Bay because especially the receivers. Because
I don't trust Jordan Love mostly.
I think Jordan Love's good. He spreads the ball around to everybody. So like Romeo Doubs could have 1 reception and Golden could have 10,
Well, he's happy enough making sure that they just run it in from 1 yard. He doesn't think about us fantasy players or us gamblers at all. And I get tired of that, man. You got to think about your people that are paying your salary. It's us. Right? All right. So he's got Golden at over 44.5 yards receiving. He's got Romeo Dobbs over 3.5 yards receptions. Boy, Max is way stepping out. Jordan Love, 1.5 yards touchdown or 1.5 touchdowns passing. And Josh Jacobs, I can't read the bottom of that there, but I believe it is over 70 yards rushing that he's got there. So there's the long shot that Max is picking for the week. Yeah, over 70.5 yards rushing. I kind of like his long shot there. It looks pretty good, but I don't think 3,100. I know that's not right because I didn't do it when I made the graphic. But based on these numbers, it's probably not much of a return. So
yeah, it's probably in like 15, 16, 1,700.
Yeah, take it as you want. That's why Max bailed out. So he's like, I got to get out of here before they show that shit. All right, who's next?
All right. So we got the Monday night games. I mean, Jets and Dolphins.
Oh, you put that on for us to watch on Monday night. Thank you. I say this for all of America. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I hope you got the freaking sarcasm involved in that. The Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't.
This is Dan Marino, against Richard Todd.
I'm gonna go with the Jets on this one. As a road dog, they're 2.5 points. Dolphins are 2.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Jets.
Tyrod Taylor, I never know which way to jump with him. The Dolphins last week put up a bunch of points. Right, they had a couple of wild ass special teams play. They had a wild ass special teams play, and then they gave up a wild ass special teams play. They have Devin Ashane. They're at home. I'm taking the Dolphins. They're going to get their first win. Mike McDaniel gets to live another week.
All right, because it's a doubleheader.
Oh, right.
Bengals.
Pisser? No. All right, we'll go do this game, and then we'll do Scott's pisser for the week. Even though
Bengals, Broncos are favored by 7.5. Give me the Broncos and lay in the points.
Can the Bengals be as bad as they were last week?
They could be worse.
Well, I tell you, I mean, you see what's his name for the friggin' Vikings. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. The defensive back, he gets an interception for a touchdown that's 85 yards. He gets a fumble that falls right in his gut. That granted, he knocked it out. He grabbed it. It fell right to him. Nobody touched him. He goes another 85. But nothing the Bengals did worked, no matter what. So,
because the Vikings defense is that good.
Well, I'm taking the Broncos to win 100%. The 7.5, yeah, fuck it. I'll drop that too. Bo Nix, everybody tries to tell me he's not that, but he keeps winning football games. So.
You might be right, Peter. You might be right.
I don't know, Pete. Pete says his Jets Dolphins the earliest ever first battle for the first pick for the next season. Who knows?
I would love for them to stop that tush push. I'm so fucking sick of that goddamn play.
You know what I would love? Cartier Walker. I'll tell you what, Mr. Pewter and Gold or Pewter and whatever color you guys are. Pewter and red. All right, whatever. Buccaneers. But here's what I want. I want the fucking flag to come out and say false start, false start. And I'm pulling for the Bucks because even though as a Commanders fan, ultimately, we've got to get past everybody to get to a Super Bowl, which is our ultimate goal. I like Baker Mayfield. I fucking like the way he plays football. I like the way he's a scrapper, and I like that.
Yeah. So. Probably once Denver loses this week, the conversation about Bo Nix will begin. I just don't see them losing this week. I don't like Bo Nix as a quarterback. I really don't. I think they've overhyped his ass way too much.
I don't know.
But the Bengals their defense is just so bad. So bad.
Yeah, and that offense has to show it now because even before last week when you say, okay, the Vikings got him a couple of times, Chase Brown is not running well.
No, I'm thinking about benching him. For right now.
Boy, that's hard to do. I got him in a couple of leagues and I can't I just can't see
it.
I've offered him for trade a couple of times and then
I'm not trading him, but I might bench him for a week or two.
What did I offer?
Got his act together. Last game. We've been going for a long time. All right.
Yes, we have.
Game of the week. Washington Commanders fly into Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Falcons are now favored 2.5. I believe this was a 50-50 game before Jaden Daniels was ruled out. These are two teams with their backs against the walls. Well, these are two teams that both need to win.
Well, that's every week for every team.
Well, if you look at it from the Commanders,
unless you're the Jets or Dolphins, according to Pete.
If you're looking at it from a Commander's perspective, the teams there's certain teams on your schedule that they're must wins.
You should beat.
You should beat.
Should wins, not one must win. Should wins.
The way the NFC is slating up right now. See, for years the AFC they were just the top.
Yeah,
man. It's switched now. There's
still the Bills.
So many good NFC teams. There's no way we're going to make the playoffs if you don't win 11 games this year. You have to win this game.
I can't disagree with that. We had a 14-win team as a wild card last year, but
and there was 2 10-win teams that did not make the playoffs.
Right. I mean, yeah, you're right. I think you're right. The NFC is definitely superior at the moment, for sure. But in terms of this game, the Commanders and the Falcons, I've been saying it the whole damn week, man. The Falcons are a pack of vanilla snack pack. They are cheap ass, mass produced pudding. Okay. I've heard all about their talent. I've heard all about their quarterback. I've heard all about all of it. I haven't seen a goddamn thing. So if this is their get right game because we're so injured, okay. But I'm not buying it yet. I'm taking Commanders 31-14.
I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Jesse's gonna text me
I'm
after.
Taking the Atlanta Falcons 30. What did I say the other day? 36-17.
Oh,
yeah.
You think the Falcons are scoring 36 points?
I do. I think we're going to be in for a rude awakening. Commanders walk home. I think it's going to feel like that Green Bay game after that Green Bay game.
You know, okay. Well, we will find out, and we will come back. Let me go ahead and put our play out music on because I know we've been on for a long time, but I have really had a good time with this particular show. Oh man, that is 36 points we're giving up.
Yeah, I think we get mollywopped.
Enjoy the weekend. We got a lot of good college football tomorrow. We got a lot of good pro football on Sunday, including a mollywhopping, according to Jesse, of the Falcons whopping on the Commanders. I, on the other hand, think we are putting the molly and the whop all over them. So we'll see you guys on Tuesday, and we'll go over everything that we saw on Sunday. Until
we might do a mashup on Sunday. We'll see. Who knows?
Who knows what we'll do, man? Stay tuned. And, you know, we are that kind of unpredictable sort. So we'll see you next time we see you. Later.